What's up, everybody? It's KZ here with the release of the new Saiyan Day Goku. We're gonna do a top 10 tier list for the TURs in the game right now. I think that TURs, besides the newest EZAs and releases, I actually think they're in a pretty bad state right now. Um, Dokkan did fumble pretty hard with some of the new, very exciting releases. Ultra Vegeta one. Oh fuck. All right. So today we're just gonna kind of like list them out and see how we're doing. Get a grasp of the environment for TURs right now. So, we did get two new ones. Well, yeah, two new ones and a new EZA. So in Kid Goku, Kid Chi Chi, and this EZA Path of Power Goku. Solid, new units. Nothing crazy there, but well, this new Kid Goku is crazy. We're gonna get to him. Let's start with our first unit on this tier list. It's gonna be Path of Power Kid Goku Easy. I actually think he's solid. He's 10 on this list. He's not the best. He's gonna be great on one team, maybe two teams. Pure Saiyan. You might want to run him on Pure Saiyan, but his links really don't mesh too well. And if I'm gonna be honest, 8% support on every other team that's not, DB Saga Youth or Dragon Ball, that's brutal. 8% Dokkan. You can give us more than 8%, right? That's We're being a little stingy there with 8%, but he's not bad. His kit really didn't change much. Like, he's still giving the same amount of damage reduction as he did before. But in the third slot, he's getting, two less key orbs that he needs to obtain in order for that damage reduction to come out. But big attack and defensive support for the team that he's specifically on. So he'll be a good partner for the new Goku. And a big hit to him is that he's gonna be essentially unusable in the festival battles. He doesn't stack, and he's just gonna be a fish in that event, and that's like the fucking hardest event in the game right now. That event is insane, man. I'm crashing out on that event basically, and he's not gonna help me. And I haven't pulled a new Goku, so yes, fuck him. He could have been a lot better. All right, he's great, but he really could have been a lot better to help the people clear this event. I think they could have done more with him, but he's solid. He's solid, decent stats buff. Here he went from, I think, 100. Oh, he went from 59, I think, to 159. I'd have to check. Yeah, 59. Yeah, he had a few upgrades here and there, but again, his teams, his links, not the best. We're gonna put him in solid B tier. I think, yeah, end of B tier. Okay, number 9, we're gonna come in with Tech Majin Vegeta. Tech Majin Vegeta, like, alright, where do I start with him? Pre-transformation, let me open this as well. Let's start with pre-transformation. He is nothing crazy pre-transformation. 30% damage reduction here, 20% more with the Rainbow Orb. He pretty much has to, like, float him off or get him in slot 7 so that he transforms immediately if the opponent is 50% health or lower. He'll be good if that is the case. And he does Rainbow Orb change against Majin Buu Saga, which is good, but really, against that type of restriction, it's not great. In the base form, he's nothing impressive, whatever. But as Majin Vegeta, he really gets a lot better. He whatchamacallit? Or actually, it's, yeah, Majin Buu Saga ally or enemy. So this is actually good. I didn't realize those were both in his base form as well. But yeah, this is good. He's going to be Rainbow Orb changing. With Rainbow Orbs, he's going to have 66% damage reduction. And in slot 2 or 3, he'll be fine. You don't want this guy in slot 1. Even with guard and 66% damage reduction, he's kind of a YOLO slot 1 unit because he gets so much defense when attacking. Here, 130%, 66%. And that's a huge buff to his defense. So putting him in slot 1 could be detrimental, but he'll be good. He can hold down slot 2 or 3, 66% damage reduction plus guard. If you get the 6 orbs, in my experience, getting 6 orbs with them is not too bad. You'll be fine. And he's really good. Solid number 9. on this current TUI environment. And then he's gonna go right in front of, where is he? I could have sworn, right here. He's gonna go right in front of the Kid Goku in B tier. And then next up, we're gonna have Physical GT Goku. I think he's great. I was using him like with the GT Heroes mission. He's very good. He's very good. I think it was GT Heroes, or was it Giant Ape Power mission for one of the red zones? I can't remember, but he's very good, and he's solid. You know, he like on a GT Heroes team or Giant Ape Power team, he's solid. That you have to like really make clear, because he's gonna have that damage reduction. 40% damage reduction. Is that right? He only gets 40. Self excluded. Huh? I thought it was 60. Okay, well he's still good. 40% damage reduction. He launches an additional super attack that helps you get his active skill out quicker. He's type effective. Honestly, this is whatever like he can do with or without that, because honestly with some of the missions nowadays, or some of the events nowadays, you don't want to hit too hard at the beginning, especially in some of the battle hard and formidable foes. If you get to the final stages and you're not ready for it, you better lube up. Anyways, so he's good. He's really good, right? Solid slot 2 or 3 character. He's never gonna go in slot 1. You put him in slot 1, you die, basically. He's really good on this team specifically as well. He does have more restrictions than his counterpart in Vegeta, which is why, well, spoiler alert, in Vegeta's next, he's a little better in my opinion. And honestly, in Vegeta hits harder too. He's supposed to be the offensive unit of the two, but in Vegeta hits harder. He just doesn't get crits, but his attack stats are bigger. He doesn't get like as big of a chance to crit. So yeah, spoiler alert, let's just put these two in. Vegeta, again, he gets 3% damage reduction. This could have been 5, and honestly, I don't think anyone would complain. But whatever. He'll get like solid orbs, and he'll have guard plus guard here, plus the additional super, plus a little bit of damage reduction. We just do a little damage reducing, and then attack and defense. He gets more defense than Goku per orb, so he'll hang in there a little bit better, and he gets attack per GT Heroes or Giant Ape ally on the team. So he's honestly just gonna fare better in other teams compared to Goku, just because the damage reduction and the guard is not limited to the team. He'll do better, but he won't hit as hard. That's the gimmick with him. But honestly, like I said earlier, you don't really need to hit that hard early on in these events. He'll be fine. He'll hold down slot tier 3, and he'll rainbow orb change. Big. Oh yeah, both of these are rainbow orb changes. I don't know if you're noticing a trend here, but all 4 of all 4 of the people who have been ranked so far are rainbow orb changers. These new 10th anniversary LRs and the 7th anniversary EZA LRs are big, hungry, orb eating, big back motherfuckers, bro. They need orbs. I swear, in the Festival of Battles, orb is like your biggest enemy besides the turn counter bullshit. Orbs are your biggest enemy. Now, none of these guys can go into that event, which sucks. He honestly should have been able to go into that event. They should have gave him greatly sacks or whatever. He's the newest EZA, Dokkan Fest EZA, and he doesn't stack. He can't go in that event. He would have been great utility. He would have been great support for the new Kid Goku, as well as rainbow orb changing overall for the team. But whatever. Yeah, let's get rid of these two. They're both great. Oh, and their active skills, honestly, they don't hit that hard. Vegeta's hits a little harder if you can crit with it. Goku does like 20 million, like something like that, which is nothing nowadays, unfortunately. And in the battle hard and formidable foes, it'll be a little more useful, but honestly, the active skills or whatever. Path to Power Kid Goku, also an active skill attack. Forgot to mention. Nothing too crazy. Next up, we're gonna have a non-EZA unit. For the first non-EZA unit on this list, excuse me, we're gonna have Int Daima Kid Goku. So he's good. The only issue I have with him is that he just never, like, I have him 55%, so maybe that's why he just never gets that high up in stats. So he gets, you see, attack with every attack evaded or received, and then the 6th turn onward, is this what it is? It's 5 more per turn. Yeah, he gets 159%. He just builds up a lot of attack over time. He gets 200% defense when receiving an attack, but honestly, him taking attacks is freaking scary. Like, this guy can just die. But his first turn, he'll have a good amount of chance to dodge. You know, right here, it's 20% plus 50% plus another 20% if you put him in slot 1. And he'll be fine. 90% chance to dodge in slot 1. But in dodge canceling events, you're just never going to use him. His damage reduction is just not enough. He's going to have 20% damage reduction here, 30% damage reduction here. And yeah, he's just not going to do very well. But he'll hit decently hard for TUR towards the end of his towards the end of battles. You're never going to take him into festival battles, so the end of that battle is not really a question. But in regular battles, this guy is just going to get you know, decently built up in damage, and he'll do some damage. But he's kind of dodge or die. Like, him taking attacks, he might not die from them, but he'll take an ass load of damage. That's the only issue with them. Other than that, solid unit. Let's put him on the list. Where is this guy? Daima Goku, where the hell are you? Daima Vegeta's here. No, that's not the right Daima Goku. There you are. I think he's gonna be the first unit to go into A tier. He's borderline though. He is borderline. He's good. He's good for short-term events. He's solid. Let's get rid of him. Next up, Daima Vegeta. It's honestly tragic that he is only 1 slot in front of Daima Goku. This guy came out before the Annie, and this guy came after the anniversary. And usually there's a big gap between units that come before and after anniversaries, but this just wasn't the case. Same story with this guy. He's really good on the first turn. He's gonna get that 50% plus 20% plus 20% damage reduction in the first turn, and he foresees super attack. I honestly think this is freaking useless in your first turn because he only has it for 1 turn, and if you put him in slot 1, you're gonna have to put him in slot 1 for the first turn anyways. He's gonna have 90% damage reduction, and you want him to get hit. So whether you see the super attack or not, you're always gonna put him in slot 1. I just feel like this is a useless ability for him to have. But whatever, I digress. 200% basic effects for 200% attack and defense, and then he gets, you know, 50% crit, 200% when attacking, 200% receiving, and then launches a super. If he gets attacked, and one if he gets super attacked. Super attack effects, he stacks for a little bit. Daima Goku stacks the same way. Let me pull him back up. I forgot to mention that. Daima Goku stacks the same way for 3 turns. He just does a little bit more. He's greatly, which is 50%, I believe. And this guy only does 33. But he does raise ally defense while Daima Goku raises ally attack for 2 turns, which I think this is much more useful. If he does like 3 supers in slot 1, so if he gets super and attacked, or if he does 4 with the hidden potential, he's gonna be hyper boosting the hell out of the rest of your rotation. But this is again only for 1 turn. Daima Goku is 2 turns for attack, so there's that. But this is very useful, and honestly, he's just disappointing, man. Like, they could have done so much better with him. His Gallic gun is whatever, it doesn't do that much damage. Looks cool. His animation looks cool. He's a swaggy ass character. I love Vegeta, but damn, they could have made him a lot better. He'll eat hits past turn 1. I have him 55%, so past turn 1, he just gets chewed up by attacks. If he gets supered in turn 1, he only has 70% damage reduction. Super Saiyan 4 Daddy Goku isn't by his side. This man is getting nuked. He's getting dropped. He's getting fucking smoked. Alright, he can't handle those attacks. He's gonna take 1,000,000 from SCR Rose. He's gonna take 1,000,000 from Cell Max, AoE in the Battle Hardened for Formidable Foes. He's just gonna take a load of damage from all these new bosses, and you can't have that for a brand new release, man. You're brand new. Come on, man. And whatever, dude. He's good, but I just wish he was better. Moving on up the list, we're gonna have tech perfect Cell. I was really debating between these two, back and forth. I think there's an argument situationally which one is better than which, but these two are both amazing. They really do well with these super easy A's for these extreme type units. Yeah, he's just really, really good. So he double orb changes AGL to tech, and then whatever to rainbow, not AGL and tech to rainbow. He receives 2 key per rainbow key sphere. Amazing. He doesn't even need that because he'll always have a lot of key. He gets 20% crit and 20% damage reduction as a base. Good. Launches additional high chance. It could have been a guaranteed additional super, but this is good. Against super class enemies though is when he really outshines Buhan. Buhan can't go in slot 1 pretty much ever against these huge bosses, but this tech cell can, because with this 20% damage reduction here, he gets that against superclass enemies. He'll have 20% here, just as a base, and then he'll get 10% per rainbow. And because of this line in his passive right here, he's gonna prioritize rainbow orbs. So there's good chance if you put him in slot 1, he does the rainbow orb changing. There's a good chance you get 5 rainbow orbs, and he has 90% damage reduction. He's not dying to anything. So in these short events, he can't be used in long events again. You know, no stack. Oh well. But in these short events, he's gonna cook. He's gonna cook. In slot 1, you can cook with him against these super bosses, super type bosses. He gets this, whatever, doesn't really matter. All allies, defense 40, and chance permanent crit. This is great. If there's another extreme class ally, he buffs defense, which is amazing, beautiful. 20% crit chance, really good as well. I think this adds up with his crit chance, so he gets 20% here, he gets 20% here, and then 10% each. So again, he can get up to 90% damage reduction, 90% crit, and he is just a monster. Super good. 50% key, 50% attack and defense per key obtained. Amazing. This is a sizable amount more than Buhan's, except Buhan gets 200 here and 200 here, and then against super class enemies he gets another 100 here. So he all in all will get 500%. Like, you know, multiplicatively, it's gonna be more than that. But Cell only gets the 200 here, and then 40% defense, and he gives attack. But defense is always better. He also gives key, which is huge, but he gives defense, and his attack stats are usually going to be slightly lower than Buhan, just because Buhan has so much built-in stats. And all in all, like, very, very close units, guys. Very close. Situationally, I think against superclass bosses, this guy really will just, he can't hold down slot 1 if need be, and he's just gonna look like a monster. This guy as well, super, super good. And yeah, let's put this guy away and talk a little bit about Buhan. Attack support, we talked about that. He gets 100% against superclass, 50% against extreme. His attack and key will go down or go up a little bit more against superclass enemies. This is great right here. 3 rainbow orbs, and you'll have 99% crit pretty much, and 66% damage reduction. This is great, but like I said, against with Cell is gonna have 90% crit and 90% damage reduction with 5 rainbow orbs, and that is huge. 40%, 30%, and he heals. He does heal, which is useful. Honestly, they're both gonna heal a ton with same type orbs, except he'll heal with just straight rainbow orbs if you need him to. And yeah, very good stats here. From the 5th turn, he starts changing randomly to int key series, because normally he just changes tech to rainbow. He's normally a rainbow orb changer, but he becomes a double orb changer starting from the 5th turn. Very good. Cell does that out of the gate though, so you kind of weigh your odds there against each other. Launches guaranteed additional super. This is honestly what Cell should have had. This, like, these little things here and there in his kit, like this key, this extra defense and attack that he gets part of his kit, just 200 over here, as well as this like guaranteed additional super. I think these little things just push him over the the boundary against Cell. He's just gonna be very, very slightly better than Cell, and yeah, he's A tier. Solid A tier. And then next up, Glorio. I think Glorio is very good. He's one of the only TURs, as you can see, like TUR leaders nonetheless. He's gonna be one of the only TUR leaders that can take on this new festival of battles. Like he stacks attack 9%, defense 6% in battle with every super. So that will make him very good for the festival of battles. Now, where the hell is he? Glorio. Okay, right here. He's still in A tier. Everybody's in the A and B right now. Nobody is, significantly gapping one another. Let's talk about Glorio. Entrance animation. Okay, so he doesn't, get the 3-turn buff that the other diamond characters do, but he stacks, so great. He gets an additional super, 80% chance for 1 turn when he entries. 70 or 80, I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. It's good to have. It'll help build him up quicker. And then he gets 3 keys, 200%, whatever. Launches additional as a high chance, 50% just built in, which is great. So that's 2 additionals in his starting just straight off the bat, and then as the second or third attacker, another one with a great chance. So off rip, he can do 3. He can do his super, 3 additional supers plus hidden potential. He can do 5 supers in his first turn and 4 every subsequent turn. And in the festival battles, that's amazing. He would be able to stack up pretty quickly, both attack and defense. And then he gets this when attacking, 150%. Every attack performed within the turn, he gets a fat boost as well. And then every super attack performed within the turn, he gets another fat attack boost. So he's just, dude, his attack stack in 1 turn can vary massively. He can go from 3 mil with his first attack to 10 mil when he finishes his attacks with his last one. And he does have a little bit of dodge here. Just, why not? In case anything happens, you get 10% with that super attack as well. This is on top of his, I don't think I mentioned, 50% chance to dodge. This is great. 50% plus up to, he's gonna do 3 supers most of the time. He's gonna have 80% dodge after attacking, which is good. He's never gonna go in slot 1 unless you just really want to bank on this 50% chance. I would never put him in slot 1 just because he also gets this and this support, 3-turn support. I didn't even mention this, but this is huge. 3-turn support, all allies key +1 and attacking defense +50%. That's insane. That's a big support. That's a huge support. That's what Path to Power Kid Goku is giving for 1 turn. 50% attack and defense. And Path to Power Kid Goku only gives it for 1 turn. And he's only limited to the 3 categories, which are pretty shit categories. They're OG, like DB Saga, Youth, and another one. But they're not that great. So as a 3rd attacker in turn, you can just, stack this up with 2 Glorios, and you're massively buffing the team. And then with that, every time, like I forgot to mention this too. Well, I'm getting to it now, but every time the character performs 3 or more attacks in battle, he launches an additional super. This is the physical Rose mechanic. I believe physical Rose was the first one to start doing this. Every 3 attacks, boom, another super. This guy's gonna be supering out his ass, and he's gonna be stacking attack and defense in the turn, stacking attack and defense in his super. He's gonna be stacking dodge chance, blah blah blah. He's amazing. He's very, very good. And yeah, probably was the best TUR until segue into the next TUR, the new Kid Goku. This guy is a fucking beast. He is new leader skill as well, 250 to HP, and then 230 to attack and defense, 220 to attack and defense. Not the greatest leader skill. You're not going to find too many units that fall under both DB Saga, Earthbred, and then Youth or Dragon Ball. It's just going to be a few. But stacks attack and defense. I forgot to talk about their leader skills. But you know, most of these guys have good leader skills. Uh, the only ones that you're really gonna be using as leader is Glorio, Daima, Kid Goku, and Daima, Kid Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3. Because these are like, new units. They're not easy A's. These easy A guys, especially these two, you're never gonna use as leaders. They have trash leader skills. These four on the bottom, they're decent leader skills. You can get away with using them. But if I'm being honest, none of these guys are slot ones, so you don't want to run two of the same unit that are not slot ones as your leaders, because it's going to be really annoying with rotations if you have two guys that just can't hold down slot one. Same thing with like they're supposed to be, this guy's supposed to be a slot one unit, but having two of him, you risk the chance of dying. Like him in slot 2 and 3 is not very good. All right, Daima, or not Daima, DB Kid Goku, Dragon Ball Kid Goku. He is godly. He's on a tier of brand new LRs, maybe even better than a lot of the 10. Honestly, he's probably a lot better than like SCR Blue Vegeta or fucking Fraud Frieza, Fraudza, and Goku and Fraudza. Those guys are shit, and he is so much better than them. And he is built. He's handcrafted for the Festival of Battles. Amazing. He stacks and he does a trillion super attacks. He's like Glorio on crack. He's exactly like Glorio, except like Glorio did a pound of crack cocaine. All right, he launches additional super damage reduction for 7 turns. Glorio gets an additional attack that has a chance to be a super, like great chance to be a super for 1 turn. So this is already insane compared to Glorio's entrance effect. He gets 200%, same as Glorio, damage reduction 20% here. Great. Launches additional that has a great chance of becoming a super. Glorio has this too. They both have it. Great. I think Gloria has one more super here that's like a high chance, but this guy's good. So yeah, so already additional super, additional with a great chance of becoming a super. 2 here already, plus the 1. When attacking with 12 key or more, this stacks. Every single attack is 100% attack, 55% chance of forming a crit. So his second attack onward is guaranteed crit. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. And he stacks this chance to evade. So if he gets 4 whatchamacallit, 4 it's slipping my head, 4 super attacks in the turn, he's gonna have 88% chance to evade. 5, he's guaranteed dodging everything, which is ridiculous because he can get 5 pretty easily. He gets another 200% when attacking. When receiving an attack, 200% defense, huge, triples his defense when he gets attacked. And then for every attack performed, 50% attack up to 200. This will help build his attack really, really quickly. He'll go from doing 5 mil at the start of the fight to 30 mil plus in 2 turns. And then he guards, well, at rainbow level. I'm not sure how good he is at 55%. I haven't tested him yet. I haven't pulled him yet, so hopefully I get him soon. And then after performing 7 or more attacks, he guards. So if I'm being honest, this is heads and shoulders above every single TUR in this game right now. Glorio is close with his kit, but God, like in terms of individual raw power, Glorio does not compare. Glorio does have a 3-turn support, which does help him a bit in that case. But in terms of individual raw power, not a single TUR compares to him in this game right now. And let alone, we haven't even talked about his active skill. He heals 3 key, 30% attack and defensive battle. 30%, dude, that's massive. We used to talk about B-Pan's freaking active skill being huge, out of turn buff. That's how active skills work. They're massive buffs. 30%. 30%, that's massive. Links aren't great, but whatever. 30%, and then yeah, with everything he's doing, let's count it up here. He's gonna do 1 super on his first turn. 1 super, 2 supers, 3 supers ish. This is not 100%, but he can do 3 supers. And then his hidden potential additional, he can do up to 4 supers in his first turn. And then in his second turn, which is turn 3, he'll trigger this 7 more super attacks in battle. If you get 3 or more, which you'll get. Typically in the second turn, you will get trigger this, and then now you do another one. You do 5 supers per turn. He stacks. After 5 supers, he's also 100% dodging, and he's doing like 30 mil per attack, all the way up to 40 at his final attacks. He's gonna do like 30, 32, 35, 37, and then 40. He goes crazy. He goes nuts. And yeah, he's amazing. Best unit in the game, TUR wise. This is the final tier list. So, and I just want to take a quick minute to address TUR situations in this game. Bandai, OMATSU, you guys need to start juicing up your TURs. You need to make up for what they lack in stats. Like look at their stats, dude. 100%. Like that's not terrible. He actually has pretty high stats, but you gotta make up for what they lack in stats with their passives, you know, their utility, whatever. Make them all support. Make them all stupid defensive. Don't drop another dime of Vegeta again, because dude, look at this. You have 3 units in front of him, and these are all older units than him. You have Texel and Buhan, which are super easy A's. Please start making them like every single one of them like Kid Goku. They all need to be that good just to raise like people using TURs, because right now I feel like there's just no reason to run anybody here over any of the new LRs, maybe except with the exceptions of Glorio and Kid Goku, and then the villains. You know, the villains team needs them, so they need to be ran. But I'm never gonna be like, dude, I'm gonna run Daima Vegeta over Super Saiyan 3, this guy, Super Saiyan 3 Goku on their respective teams that use both of them. I'm never gonna do that. And he's newer than him. That's the worst part. This guy is newer than him, and I'm choosing to run him because he's just so much better. He supports. He's doing stacking. He's not gonna be your main stacker on festival battles, but he's stacking. He's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And this guy, dude, doesn't matter at turn 9 or not 90, turn 70 in festival battles. This guy's gonna be pumping out 6 million damage supers. This guy's gonna be doing 100 million damage supers. Yeah, at 55%, this guy does 6 million damage supers. That's terrible. That's insane. He's in the big 2025 after 10-year anniversary. He's doing 6 million supers. Granted, he'll do 5 or 6, but bro, he's getting damage gated by Go Frieza. He's not hurting Go Frieza. That's cooked. That's crazy. He's a brand new unit. What the frick? He came out 2 weeks ago. Whatever. Let me stop crashing out over TURs in this game. But yeah, please, Bandai, we're gonna have a lot of TURs because the anniversary's over. We just got our big dose of Dokkan Fest Carnival LRs. Please, 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 for the love of God, make TURs insane. Make them insane. Make them like him. Make them like him, you know? Make freaking TURs as strong as these people. As strong as him. Actually, yeah. As strong as him. As strong as, freaking make TURs insane. Make them amazing. As good as him. Whatever. You know? Any of these guys. Just make them on their level. Please. Kid Goku, great first step. He's better than, honestly, he's probably on par with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Yeah, probably maybe even better than the gods of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I can make like a comprehensive tier list. Let me know how you guys feel about this type of tier list. I can make one for LRs, one for Dokkan Fest LRs, or Dokkan Fest TURs, strictly, stuff like that. Let me know what kind of content you guys want to see. This is going to be the first video going up on this channel starting tomorrow. I just requested, to be able to live stream on YouTube. I wasn't able to do it right away because you have like a 24-hour time period that, once you request, you can start streaming. So I did that. And yeah, let me know what kind of content you guys want to see, or pop into the stream tomorrow night at like 9-10. I'll start streaming 9-10 Eastern time. You can pop into the chat, ask me questions. I know a good amount about this game. You can ask me what type of content, or tell me what type of content I should make. Ask me about, tips and tricks on your runs, stuff like that. Just hop in and let me know how you like the video. Thank you guys very much, and catch y'all soon.